Fourthly, you're asking yourself, what are the main ideas of the text? Now, this is expressed through particularly a heading. Often the heading is going to be the really giveaway thing about a text because it's going to explain the essence of the entire text and what the text really comes down to. So it's also going to be the emphasis of the image is the main idea. Areas of repetition are also going to give you a clue as to what the main idea is. Keywords or images can be used in order to express that main idea through the use of language and through the use of imagery as well. So perhaps specifically repeated pictures in perhaps a mosaic pattern. The fifth question that you'll be asking yourself is, what are the connotations of the text? Now, this is where you have to think about the deeper meaning of what you see. So it's not just about looking at a text and saying, it's a bird. You look at it and think of its deeper meaning. So symbolism can be expressed through colour, characters, or objects. So this bird here, for example, doesn't necessarily just represent a bird. You know that it's a dove, and the dove is a symbol of peace. So that's something where an image really has a deeper underlying meaning. 6, you must ask yourself, what is the target audience of the text? Now, you must ask yourself, how has the text been adapted to suit that audience? So if it's aimed at little kids, what's the different sort of colouring, language, shapes, sizes that are being used to appeal to that audience? Equally, is it for educational purposes? Is it for, adults who are watching a serious film? You can really consider things like language use when you're considering that. Colours and simplicity or complexity are really important because how complex a text is going to give you a really significant hint about, the degree of sophistication that the audience that's being aimed at possesses. 7th, you must consider what is the purpose of the text. So, for example, the purpose could be to entertain. A movie could just be really funny and make you laugh, and that's its sole purpose. It could be to persuade. So in visual text, this idea is particularly important. The advertisement persuades you perhaps to buy a certain product or to believe a certain point of view. To shock. So recent ads that you might have seen about drug use or serious diseases are used by the government to shock the audience into not wanting to undergo those sort of practices. To educate. To communicate personal feelings. So these are all sort of very varied personal techniques that can all be the essence of the text being represented. The 8th question which you must ask yourself is, what are some of the techniques used by the text? So we're going to be examining specific visual techniques to help you analyse and deconstruct the texts. And if you join us in just a moment, in part 2 of this video, we're going to be examining these sort of techniques in detail. So looking at the specific techniques that you can apply in order to make sure that you answer all of these questions really well.